Alright, ban list reaction time. So normally I don't sort of cover the mini ban list that Konami do, which I assume this one is. Otherwise I would have received like 72,000 DMs telling me there's a major ban list and I need to react to this and I need to make a video right now. And I didn't receive a single ban list tip off like that. So I assume this is one of those micro ban lists that Konami do every now and then, not one of the major ones they do every like 3 months or so that hits like the entire metagame. So if you do want to see more sort of micro ban list updates where I cover basically every single ban list, not just the major ones, let me know, because I'm not really sure if people want to watch these videos or not. And if you do, remember to leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, especially if you enjoy reaction type stuff, as I'm quite interested in making more videos like this. So if you're interested in seeing more of this, remember to like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And let's just get into the reaction. Alright, enough stalling. So first card on the list, to be unlimited, Gen X Ally Birdman. Was anyone playing this card? Literally anyone. Wind up at 1 and Cubic, wow. Damn, that is some... The last time it did a topping was January 22nd. Okay, well... Cool, all the people abusing this card for, I assume, just some bullshit non-once per turn loop thing or something. Awesome, there you go. Good for you. Alright. Thunder Dragon Roar. Ooh, okay, that's a bit spicy. Okay. Thunder Dragon Unlimits. So Thunder Dragon is actually a really decent deck list, so this is quite exciting for some people, especially considering I think Thunder Dragon was one of the main decks that were using Grass, I think. A lot of them were. Actually not sure about that one, should probably check. And if they are, well then, actually not using Grass. I thought one of the main deck lists that use Grass. I guess they're just not. Anyway, either way, it's kind of nice to see them getting a Thunder Dragon Roar back, because obviously this deck list isn't the most top tier competitive deck list. It's fairly decent, as you can see there's plenty of diamond toppings, a couple of actual major tournament toppings actually, so it's nice to see them get a little bit of their power back, but it probably won't change much of the actual metagame, so... But it's nice to see, because everyone's already playing this at 2. Guaranteed they'll play this at 3 if they could play it at 3, as it's their main special summon tool, just brings something straight out from the deck. Absolutely crazy card. Good to see it, come back a bit. Alright. Harp Horror, okay. Damn, these two deck lists are actually fairly decent, so it's nice to get this. And Harp Horror is one of the major... Oh shit, nearly spoiled myself there. Harp Horror is one of the major supporting tools for the archetype, so... Nice to see this at 3 as well. It's banned in TCG. This card's banned. Okay. The difference between TCG and OCG is wild. It's actually banned in TCG. What? It's getting unlimited in Master Duel and it's banned in TCG. Someone in the comments has to tell me why it's banned in TCG. Maybe some random combo that only works in TCG or something, because that's crazy to me. There's no way Orchest is that good in TCG. No shot. Either way. So it's at 2 in Master Duel at the moment. And obviously, wait, people are only playing it at 1? Sometimes? Crazy. Alright, so yeah, Orchest, pretty decent deck list, really strong deck list. And you can see it has plenty of toppings, pretty similar to Thunder Dragon. A bit less though, there's actually most of the event ones actually, but there's occasionally a diamond one and there was a top 16, so fairly decent deck list. Nice to see them getting some unlimits. Fairly similar to just the Thunder Dragon stuff though, where it's nothing too spectacular or too shocking, where you just... Yeah, nothing to worry about too much there. It's just nice little unlimit to get a deck back that isn't quite, top tier anymore. Alright, Runick Destruction. Okay, finally, some actual Runick hits. Because currently the only Runick hits we have are to just the floodgates that are being used, which is fine. But it kind of came back to bite us a bit when we started playing Runick Sprite, and they didn't use the floodgates that much anyway. So... It's kind of nice to actually get some actual Runick hits, considering the most toxic version of Sprite at the moment is, of course, the Runick variant with 91%. I'm pretty sure, actually, on the tier list, it is currently just, it is by far the best deck currently being played. 30, oh my god, it is, it's kind of slapping the meta around a little bit here, so nice to see it being hit. The basic variant of Runick is always going to get hit from this one, but I think basically anyone that was playing the original variant of Runick has moved on to Sprite variant anyway, just because it's obviously way better. So, nice to be seeing that get hit, especially considering I assume these guys are playing it at 3, which they were, so good to be seeing that getting hit. Nice bit of, bit of a slap on the wrist to the Runick Sprite players, considering that deck was getting a bit out of control. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, I just spoiled myself. Okay, well, we'll get to that in a second. Runick Freezing Curses as well, going to 2. So that's -2 cards from your deck. Very important to note as well, because it makes it really hard. The less Runick spells you can play, the less you're able to actually recycle with your field spell, and the less consistent your deck actually becomes. So this can get... The more hits they do, which we unfortunately just spoiled ourselves for, another limit 2 going to Runic Slumber. That's 3 hits. I wonder if, was Slumber even being played at 3 though? 84% at 3, 12% at 2. So I think Slumber's probably not too bad, but the other 2 are kind of crazy. That's a lot of... Oh my god, I need to stop leaking myself. The other 2 are actually pretty damn crazy though. Yeah, 98%. And this one I assume was, was like 98% as well, right? 91%. Damn. Runic losing one of their negates and losing one of their destructions. And unlike the standard variant of Runic, where you just like replace it with maybe some sort of floodgate or something in its place, they're kind of irreplaceable. There's nothing you can sort of play on top of it that does the same sort of thing and still gives you a draw from your field spell. I guess they can play some of the other... Let's take a look at a Runic sprite list actually. I guess they can play some of the other Runic spells. Maybe they're only playing 2 to 3 of, or 2 ofs normally. Maybe play more copies of Smiting Storm, maybe, or maybe more copies of Dispelling, or the one that gives your opponent a card draw. I guess they could just play things like Cosmic for mirror matches or something. I don't know. But that's some pretty decent hits. That's 3 cards taken out of a deck list. Normally, I don't really care too much about semi-limits, as semi-limits are like, well, taking 1 card out of a deck means nothing. But 3 different semi-limits, that's a significant change. Alright, moving on. So Fusion Destiny going up to 2. Completely fine, okay? Let's be real. This card, it's still really good, but you'll notice nobody's playing it anymore. It just fell off a cliff. You get an Adventurer Prank Kid, which I don't think anyone even... Does anyone even play this deck anymore? There you go, February 19th, there was a diamond. There's actually quite a few people play it still. But yeah, nobody really plays it anymore, so it's kind of fine to put it back up. To be fair, we don't have Verte banned, so that's why it's at 3 in TCG. But basically, only Hero are playing it right now. A lot of people just sort of moved on from this little package. This might make it so people want to play it again. Possible. It's not exactly like the card's bad or anything. Nothing's really happened to the card. They've got a few limits to the actual cards you're putting in the graveyard for your Fusion Destiny, but nothing really super major where the card's like dead or anything. So this might encourage people to sort of bring it back and start playing it again. Wouldn't surprise me, especially considering it is still a fairly decent package, so maybe it's fine, maybe it's not. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised though if a lot of people started picking this card up again, especially because, yeah, an actual 1 to 2 is a pretty big consistency boost, although with, you know, Verte it was basically 100% whatever you wanted anyway. Alright, Armado Iwata. A lot of people are gonna love this hit. Now this one surprises me though, because this is obviously for Runic, but it's literally like the main variant of Runic right now is obviously Runic Sprite, as we just showed you on the tier list before. So not a lot of people are playing standard Runics. This is sort of a hit to a tier 3 deck, which I normally don't support that much, as tier 3 is sort of like, I guess to be fair, this is sort of, this is only from the recent tournaments, and there's still a lot of, like, Runic Sprite only just came out, so there's not many results to go off of just yet. So it's kind of hard to judge what the meta's actually like right now. Like, I doubt Sword Soul's all the way down here. It's probably more of a tier 2 deck. But still, I'm still surprised Runic's getting like an actual targeted hit that isn't just aimed at Runic Sprite. Because not many people are playing this deck anymore. It's still fairly popular, but it's just nowhere near as popular as the Sprite variant. So still a fine hit though, as this card is absolute torture to play against. No one likes people activating a card that just turns off your entire field just so you can just set up your own floodgates and just destroy fields or whatever. I guess it was... No, it literally was only played in Runic Stun and... What the hell is Shinobird? Never seen that before. But yeah, it wasn't exactly the most I guess there's still quite a lot of people playing it, but yeah, it's a nice hit, putting it to 1. No one actually likes playing against this card. It's not exactly the most hardest card to replace either. Like in Runic, I'm sure they could just play like an extra copy of Lava Golem instead, and it's gonna be completely fine. It's not like this card is completely irreplaceable, but it does mean that going second Runic is much worse. And this might just be enough to make it so that people don't really want to play this in tournaments anymore. With all the major hits to Runic, going to Destruction, going to Freezing Curses, and going to Slumber, as well as this, it might mean that Runic in tournament play is like a Sprite-only variant now. It might just be the actual pure Runic might just be completely deleted, as there's a lot of there's so many hits to the pure variant now on all the floodgates, on the Mardo, on these ones, that it might just be enough where Runick in actual tournament play, it just disappears outside of sprite variants. Wouldn't surprise me. Alright. And that's it. So there you go, guys. I'm surprised that I'm surprised about how powerful this ban list was. It seems to actually be a fairly decent one. Yeah, especially considering Runick has just actually gotten completely screwed over here. I think pure Runick might just be dead from this, or just at least in tournament play might be dead from this. I'd like to see if Fusion Destiny is the one I'm sort of interested in, if that's actually going to come back as a viable strategy a lot more people play, because having an extra copy is quite a big deal, but we'll see. It probably won't do too much. And all these changes are just nice quality of life ones. No one cares about Birdman, but these two are actually deck lists that do sort of deserve an update, considering they're both fairly... They're decent deck lists, but they're fairly sort of mid-tier at the moment, so it's nice to sort of give them a bit of a power boost. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's ban list reaction. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, let me know down below what you want changed or something. I don't know, just comment on the video. I need that interactivity. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next one. Laters.